Hey everyone, welcome to Two Line Slot Cars. I hope everyone had a happy holidays, and yeah, I hope that it went well. We're not quite through it yet. We still have New Year's coming up this year for those of us in the United States, and yeah, should be good stuff. So we'll see if we have anybody who wants to talk slot cars tonight, because I'm excited about it. I missed last week because I was in Colorado. My daughter Caroline graduated from Colorado State University, repping that. It's cold here in the basement, so I've got kind of a sweatshirt on and my hat. It's just a little chilly. So, but we had, hey Raul, hello Amanda, welcome to the live stream. I really appreciate you guys coming out. You might be the only two in the conversation tonight. You never know. But my daughter graduated from college, so we had graduation on Friday, and on Tuesday I was preparing. I didn't have all my stuff with me. I did have my computer, I had my camera, but I didn't have my soundboard, a microphone, and things like that. So I was just going to kind of just base it, just do a simple live stream, and my wife decided to celebrate Christmas on Tuesday night with my kids out there in Colorado. So that's what we did. And then I found out that they canceled our flights on Thursday as we were driving to the airport, and we ended up renting a car and driving home through the storm. So what a mess. Hey, Garth, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you tonight. So I've got a handful of things to talk about. I feel like sometimes the live stream goes in similar directions every week, and that's okay. I mean, those are always fun things to talk about. But the first thing I wanted to throw out, as we got some more people jumping on. Hey, Ryburn, welcome. Dave, welcome. Erda, welcome. Marty has started a live streaming fad in the slot car community. That's funny. I do not believe that to be the case. I think that Dave Kennedy started the live streaming. I just realized that I like to talk, and so a live stream works well for me. But I did notice that there's quite a few people. Hey, Ronan. Always welcome. Ryburn, welcome. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Dave. Garth, glad you're here tonight. Yeah, we got lots of people jumping in. So that's just kind of fills you in why I didn't have a live stream last week. I was celebrating Christmas with my kids. It was great, but the weather coming back was awful. We were driving back I-70. We got about 2 hours from home, and it took, hey, John Mark, welcome to the live stream. We got about two and a half hours from home, and it took like 7 because there was a big pile-up wreck in front of us. We were about 800 feet from an exit, but couldn't get to it because of all the cars that were blocking the exit. So it took 2.5 hours for some cars to be moved and to create a space for us to get up on the exit, and we finally finished the ride home. So it was a long drive back from Fort Collins, Colorado, but we made it. We survived it. Had a wonderful Christmas. It was just a little different this year with my oldest out in Colorado, and she didn't come home for the first time ever. So, well, hello, Kathy. Welcome to the live stream. You must have it up on the TV, John Mark, and forcing Kathy to watch us talk about slot cars. But so, did anybody get any new slot cars for Christmas? What did you get? And we'll talk about them. I released a video. I got this. See if I can get it to focus. I got this little Scalextrics VW bus, and I have to admit it was way faster than I expected it to be. It's a quick little car, and I use my brother's Carson chip so I can make it digital to run on my track. And I need to tear it apart because it doesn't run very good on the digital track because it messes up the computer. It makes Smart Race go crazy. So, hey, Gary, I appreciate you jumping on the live stream. I'm glad you could make it tonight. I don't know. You've had a lot of great comments on my videos. I appreciate it. So, Amanda, where are you at? There you go. I posted on your video. Are these fake or real? I don't want to be played again. No, they look great. Looks like, man, if I was a kid, I would probably just eat those up. It'd be a lot of fun. I played a lot of Mario Kart in my day with my kids, and that's a fun one. So, hey, Peter, where are you at? If you have to prep for race night tonight, so where are you located? So you must be a few hours behind us. Would love to know about your race nights. I'm curious because I'm in January. I'm hosting a couple of race nights that I'm going to announce. Some guys from my church are dying to come over, and so I want to host a race night using some of my cars and let them have some fun. But I don't quite know how to run that, so I'm curious to know how people run their race nights on a digital track. So using Smart Race, I don't know if we got into this the last live stream, but anytime you change and mix it up and move people around controllers and they have to move their cars, it really slowed down the racing because you had to reprogram every car. So I'm curious to know how people do it. Oh yes, you finally got your overdrive tire truer. So Raul, I'm guessing that was that a Christmas present to yourself, the tire truer? I'm hoping that you do a video on truing tires, at least using the overdrive. It would be great to see how that works. I'm planning to order when the slot car corner truer comes out, and they have inventory. I plan on ordering one. My guess is there's a long list of people patiently waiting for that. So that's cool. Congratulations on getting that. Chris, Merry Christmas. Welcome. I did not get, but I did give my wife a Ninco Porsche 911 GT3. Oh, Repsol, that's a great livery. So that's awesome. So getting your wife into slot cars. My wife has no interest in what I'm doing down here in the basement with the slot car track. But she did send all my nephews downstairs to play on it yesterday when we had our family Christmas. And so when I got down here, I have cars everywhere. The kids, they really enjoy playing with it. So I've got some cars that I don't mind them playing with. So congratulations to your wife on getting the Porsche. That's nice. St. Louis. Peter, I just drove through there on Thursday. Well, actually, I got to St. Louis about Friday morning at 6 a.m. The weather was pretty good. It was right before we started hitting snow. I hit that. They're coming across Illinois. Yeah. So you've got late start, so all the guys can get the kiddos to bed. Hey, I get that. So is your club in somebody's basement or somebody's house, or is it a pro track someplace at a hobby shop? That's great. Thanks, Gary. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. You like collecting the Repsol liveries? They're good looking cars. I used to go to a lot of, well, I didn't go to a lot, but I went to the motorcycle races, and the Repsol motorcycles always look great. The super bikes. You use Race Coordinator, but you're in HO Racing, analog. I haven't checked out Coordinator. Yeah, I know you said it came just in time for Christmas, the overdrive. So, Gerardo, you made it. Glad you're here, man. Erda, you got the 124 Sunoco Lola. Nice. Is that a Carrera? Well, D124. Yeah, I'm guessing that's Carrera. I really like. I need to get me a 124 scale Carrera car. When the power supply I ordered comes in, and I get it on there, then I can run 124 scale on my track. I mean, it'll run now, but they're super slow. So, but I'm excited. I need to pick up one. Okay, great. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing too. So I can appreciate that. Just having some friends come over. This is a good week for it. That week between Christmas and New Year's. Sometimes there's not a lot going on. Usually pretty slow at work. So that perfect. If I didn't have so many stinking things going on, I record a podcast on Thursday. I was hoping it was going to be on Wednesday because I was going to try to get to Cincy Slots for racing on Thursday, just to check out their races. So, hey Bill, welcome to the live stream. We're talking about the cars that people got for Christmas. If anybody got any cars, I was showing everybody that I made a video on it. I got the Skelectrix VW bus from my daughter Maddie and her husband Kellen, and then I posted a video on what I got my brother, who I've not given that to because he got sick on Christmas, and I don't even see him on yet. So you got Dave got the Carrera Plymouth Roadrunner and some track. Yeah, yep, you're right. The track can never be too big. I've run out a table. I've actually even added onto my table. I think my track is probably as big as it can be in the space that I'm in. So next stop would be to rent a gymnasium someplace and build a gigantic track. You bought new cameras for Christmas. Nice. I saw your video on. I'm trying to remember what camera. Weren't you talking about a camera roll? I've watched so much YouTube over the holidays. Hey Neil, welcome. Appreciate you jumping on the live stream. We're talking about slot cars and some slot car hobby goodies that people got for Christmas. Yeah, my wife, she wouldn't know where to begin to get me something for the slot car track, and I didn't even give her any hints. Oh, nice. De Leon, welcome tonight, and you got a gift certificate to Electric Dreams. The cool thing about Electric Dreams is they have a bunch of like old collectible cars for sale on their website. So if you're looking for an old Carrera car and you want to shell out some dollars for it, you can find it there. So that might be a good use for your gift certificate. Oh yes, Gerardo, you got the red, the number 25 Alpha. Yeah. I've got my eye on that one too, man. I love that one. That's a sharp looking. Oh, hang on, let's bring it up. That's what I meant to do. Is I wanted to like bring up. So the Revo Slot Alpha. Let me see here if I can find it. Revo Slot Alpha. The red one. Let's see here if I could bring this up. So is it this one? Yeah, that thing's sweet, man. That is a great looking car. So yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, Gerardo. That'll be fun. Pachi, hola amigo, cómo está? That's about all the Spanish I have. When I talk to you, I usually use Google Translate. Happy New Year. Feliz Navidad. And Patrick Harper. Thanks, Patrick. Oh, you got the 908 Race Edition. Is that the, let's see, the NSR 908 Race Edition? Is that one of the Rothmans? Is it one of these? Or is it a different livery? Or is it one of the plain liveries like the like this? Yeah, that's man. I think I've already talked about that a million times. I love my 908. So Patrick, congratulations. That is a fun car. If that's your first one, you will really enjoy it. Get that thing tuned up, and it will fly. Bill at Castle Rock. Um, okay, you got static grass applicator in theory, a boatload of static grass, and another 2x8 banner for skirting. Yeah, I need to work on some skirting. I was hoping to maybe find some Carrera or NSR or something online for sale, and so I'm still looking. But yeah, I've got skirting in mind. So, but no cars. Yeah, I just got the one. I got the bus, and it's been fun. You're still waiting on the applicator. Yeah. Um, hey Scott, welcome. Appreciate you jumping on tonight. Hey Mad P3D. Hello from British Columbia, I'm guessing. So Canada is represented tonight. That's awesome. Party at Gerardo's house. There you go. I'm thinking St. Louis is 6 hours. I don't think I could make it to Peter's race night. So Feliz Año Nuevo. So that would be Happy New Year. Very good. Thanks, Pachi. You got I'd say Thomas, you got a handful of cars back that I had lent my nephew 7 or 8 years ago. Time for some cleaning and lubing. That'll be fun. It's always good to revisit some old stuff. I'm trying to track down my old TCR track. I know that it would be a mess and those cars were worn out, but it would be great to track that track down again from my childhood. So no, it's for the upcoming 24, I believe, limited to 250 pieces. Oh, so what we were talking about, Patrick? Your NSR 908. So you're building that for a 24-hour race, and it's a fast car. It is a fast car. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. So anybody else have some cars that they got for Christmas, or they want the cars they want to talk about? Any track pieces that you're adding to your layouts? I watched a video today where a guy basically took Tom. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Tom Schutz, maybe. And he basically built his own piece of digital track using some curves. So he took a 90, and not a 90, that's an R1 digital turn changer, and then basically was in a chicane. So he took two 330 pieces and cut the track out of it and laid it in and flattened out the chicane. And it was a really interesting video. Some people are getting really, really creative. Let's see, Sunday slot cars. So Bill, I saw Amanda was on, so this must be Billy. As Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL looks really nice. That's a Carrera car, right? Yeah, there's some great looking slot cars out there right now. I'm too many for me to. I made a video about my 5 favorites that I was ready to buy, that I want to buy, and the only one I've bought off that list is the 908, the NSR 908, and I think I would have 5 different cars now. But yeah, Raul has 6 cars ordered, but they've not arrived yet. Yeah, I think on my last video, I'd ordered these cars. I bought my dad the latest livery that's out in the C8 Corvette for Carrera, the digital, and the dark gray with red. It's a great looking car. And then I bought my brother, who doesn't look like he's on here, so I can. But I already posted the video spoiling it. So, and I got him the slotted Jaguar that was all over the USA Nationals out at Electric Dreams. So hopefully he loves that car. But yeah, let's see, Gerardo, I'm going to start selling Black Arrow slot cars and SCX slot cars. Nice. So are you creating a web store for that, Gerardo? I don't remember where you're located. But that's cool. I feel like SCX is kind of tough to get here in the United States, and I don't know anything about Black Arrow slot cars. So are those like custom build 124 scale, or are they 132nd scale? Just curious. What do you think about the Carrera new Mercedes-Benz? I think they look nice. Gary, I agree. I think the new Mercedes is a good-looking car. Billy, Amanda doesn't really exist. She's a computer animation. Nice. That's great. Yeah, I saw my brother Dusty. He's usually on here. He's in his workshop. He makes coyote calls. So I don't know if there's anybody here that's a coyote hunter, but he makes custom coyote calls, and they're beautiful. He makes them out of all kinds of burled wood and antler and all kinds of. So you go Dirt's Custom Calls. If you look that up on Facebook, you can see some great, some beautiful woodworking. My brother's a very talented guy. So yeah, he had bourbon, so he might not make it to the live stream. Gerardo, you are in California. As soon as I get inventory and get the site up, awesome. That's great to hear. So now we have somebody here in the States that will be carrying SCX. I almost forgot I did not get a slot car for Christmas, but my wife got me for my birthday in November the Fly Porsche 924 GTP. Oh, nice. One Derek Bell and Al Holbert. Yeah, that's a sweet car. I have not. I don't have any Fly slot cars, but a friend of mine has one like the Ferrari 512 in a Fly, and it's pretty sweet. He sent me a bunch of pictures of it. I told him that we could chip it and he could come race it. Carrera's latest shipment was probably your fastest selling that you've ever had. Yeah, I mean they had a nice release here at the end of the year with some really sharp looking cars. The C8 cop car that's like or pace car, it's flat black with the lights. That's a great looking car. If I could have gotten a hold of one of those, I probably would have gotten that for my dad instead of the silver and red. But so Chris, that's awesome. That Fly, that's a brand that I haven't messed with, but I've heard good things about it. So let's see, just tighten up some loose ends on your website. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Gerardo, you need to let us know when you get the website up. We'll get it posted and share it out there so people know where to find you. So, there's my dogs. You can hear the dogs upstairs running. They have entered the chat. You have custom cut Carrera track pieces to fit your layout. I make layout changes every year around Christmas. So yeah, I've done one custom cut, and that was just a straight piece that I needed when I had a kind of a weird layout, and I had just a piece that didn't make sense that I needed to cut. But I've not done any like custom lane changers or anything like that. But it doesn't look too difficult. I mean, I can handle wiring. I can handle a razor blade knife to cut things out. So maybe down the road I'll Garth 1,000.9 subscribes and near legend. Yeah, not even close, man. Not even close. I haven't even made it to the worldwide slot car chat. Yeah, that's something that's a bucket list thing. I need to make that happen. You invite me all the time, and I just it never seems to meet up with my schedule. So, and I appreciate it. Yeah, that's been an interesting thing. You get an email from once you hit 1,000 subscribers, you get an email from YouTube saying Congratulations, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And it was crazy. I still had about 1,000 watch hours when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and almost overnight I got that last 1,000 watch hours to be able to monetize the channel. And so I've been working on that this past week, and clicking on, reading up what I need to do to maybe make some money on commercials that they run during my videos, and it's just kind of a lot of craziness. Yeah, come on, man. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but yeah, probably that I haven't been able to be on that the worldwide chat. Yeah, Billy, there's a lot going on, but I've watched it a couple times, and like the new guys, they usually let them introduce themselves and tell how they got into the hobby, and I think they do a great job with that. So it would be fun. But yeah, there are a lot of guys on that, which is pretty exciting. But there's a lot of guys on that chat that I don't bump into here, like in my live streams or in some of my videos. So yeah. Okay, that's what I thought you were referring to. Yeah, I do. I need to look at the schedule. Maybe Garth can send me a reminder the next time you guys are on. I think it happens on Tuesdays, and it's at night every other week, and in the morning every other week. So I don't know the whole schedule. So yeah, but I know there's a lot of great guys on that chat, and that I would like to meet. I really, it's one of the things that Travis made a post today on that Slot Car Guys web Facebook page that I thought was great. Just thanking everybody for a great year, and I responded. I was like, that's one of the things that I've found about this community that it's really been great, is just how eager people are to make friends and befriend people and share knowledge and all those things. There have been very few things in my life where I've seen the community that's been that open to really help. And that I've just appreciated that. It surprised me and made my 2022 way better than I expected. So it's been fun. Ronan, you love the Dave. You hear my dogs barking. Okay, Ronan, I'll come to your question. I'll answer Dave's question. What kind of dogs do I have? I have an old mixed terrier that's a rescue, and then about 5 or 6 months ago, my wife, he's 7 months old, so about 5 months ago, my wife and I got a puppy, and he is a sheepdog, and he's gigantic. And he's the one that's upstairs playing, and it sounds like a herd of turtles above me. So anyway, that's what kind of dogs I have, and he's the best. He's so great, but he's still a puppy. Ronan, love the van. Carson Chip makes it easy. Pioneer slot cars have the same DPR door. I did not know that. I don't have I've not got my hands on a Pioneer car yet, so you can use that same chip in Pioneer. That's interesting. So is Pioneer related to Scalextrics in some way, or they just adopted that same chip design? Because man, that is a simple install. I mean, so easy. And not that I'm afraid of soldering anything, but the plug and play piece to that is that's fantastic. I give Carson a lot of credit. So that's good. I'll definitely. Did I just call it a van? Yeah, sorry. Oh, love Ronan called the van. Yeah, it's a bus. Yeah, Volkswagen people get all upset when you call VW vans or VW buses vans. It's funny. It's not a van. It is a bus. It's all good, Ronan. Not a problem, man. We love to laugh about it. But I think I explained, thanks to John Mark, I've become a VW guy because I kind of fell in love with the VWs that he had, and then he helped me restore one that I bought off of him, and it's still mine. I drive it during the summer. It's a convertible, so I'm a big fan of the Volkswagens. And John Mark sent me a Facebook marketplace of a splitty. What do you call them? They're not trucks, but they've got the flat bed on the back. It's pretty sweet. It's escaping me. So what else? You run some Skeletrix cars. You need to upgrade the guide. Yeah, the guide is not very. I'll pull mine out. Dave, you are correct. That guide, like that's an awful design. I'll just be honest. Yeah, single cab. Thanks, John Mark. I knew I had it in there. It was somewhere up there in my head, but I couldn't retrieve it fast enough since I'm live on camera. Yeah, this, Dave, you are correct, and I think that Slot Invasion makes a nice replacement for them, and so that'll be the plan. Is we'll probably do some tuning and upgrading, but I think what this is going to turn into, even though I've already lost a mirror, it came off sometime on a crash last night. I think what it's going to become is my slot car that I push the track cleaner around on. You know, that's what somebody should release in 2023 is a track cleaning truck that's a slot car that's got a cleaner built into it. That'd be nice. Yep, single cab. I upgraded my Scaly Bentley with the Slot Invasion guide. And how does that, is that a pretty easy install, Raul, on that guide? I mean the Carrera upgrade is a plug and play. It means just snap the one off and snap a new one on. I think that's fantastic. But most of them have a little bit of work to do. John Mark, you already ordered the guide. It'll be here on Thursday. Look at you. You want to drive this van, don't you? I'm joking. The bus. It's easy to do. So what didn't you get that was on your Christmas list? I guess in my mind, I had a couple things on my list that I was hoping maybe my wife would figure out. But we've been remodeling a bathroom, so that was our Christmas to each other. We really weren't planning to buy much. So some of you are familiar with Cincy Slots in Cincinnati, Ohio. He has bought 3 or 4 collections over the last couple months and has littered his page with tons and tons of slot cars, all brands. And I really need to get down to his shop and take a look at some of them. And I think it would probably be a pretty expensive day if I make it down to Cincy Slots in person, because it's real easy for me to not purchase online. I can look at the pictures and I'm not so tempted. But if it's in my hands and I'm looking at it, it might get pretty tempting to come home with some slot cars. Let's see. Gary, I wonder why Skeletrix don't make cars with chips in them to run on Carrera digital racetracks instead of having to put a chip in it. Gary, I mean, they're competitors. Ultimately, you know, Carrera and Skeletrix are 2 different companies. They compete. They both sell track. But I agree. I noticed that Slot It in their newer cars have the hole pre-drilled and have a little mount that you can mount the Carrera chip in, and it will work in the Slot It car. Most of them don't have it, but some of the newer ones are chip ready. I think this DPR with the little trapdoor thing, I think that's a fantastic idea, and that was well played by Carson to create that and to make those cars DPR ready. But the reason why Skeletrix is not going to install Carrera chips into their cars, that's just I don't think it's a good business move for them. You're kind of giving in to Carrera being the top dog, and Skeletrix has they have skin in the game. They definitely aren't willing to do that. Even though Carrera might be a larger brand, I really don't know. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there with guys with Skeletrix tracks, lots of them, I just feel like Carrera's digital has taken off compared to Skelectric's digital. I feel like most of the Skelectric tracks I see out there are not our analog tracks. So yeah, and it creates there's an economy in the hobby for companies who are like Slot Invasion, who are selling chips, right? So and I wouldn't want to see them lose that, but it does get frustrating that if you have a digital track and you buy a car that's not a Carrera digital, you got to figure out a way to make it work on your track. So, yeah, Bill, you're correct. It would cannibalize their kit business. Exactly. So Skelectric needs an adapter to work with the Slot Invasion guide, but it's pretty easy to install. Yeah. John Mark, he bought a he ordered a Slot Invasion guide for this bus, which they're not that expensive. I would have bought one. So you must have ordered something else and just threw it in on your order. I appreciate that. But I will make a video of installing it on the bus. My brother has already done it on his 911. It has a Slot Invasion guide on it, but that's a shelf queen. He's probably not ever going to race that thing on the track. He doesn't want to scratch it. Let's see here. Tricky to install with Skelectrics because you have to solder new ends or bend over the metal contacts. You do have a video on it. Actually, I have watched that video. Rollo, it's a good video. I appreciate that. I have it. That's kind of what I had a feeling, John Mark, is that once I got a bus, that you had to. We'll have to race them. We need to create a VW bus class here at Two Line Speedway. Slot cars. Hey man, I know. Hey Travis, it's 2:30 a.m. I appreciate you stopping in, man. You were the GOAT. Hey, I just appreciated your post today on Facebook. And that's why I commented. I appreciate you thanking me for the kind words, but I mean, it's true. I've appreciated what you do with your channel. There's a lot of great content, and I could see where guys would not want competition when it comes to that. Trying to grow their channels, and other people are trying to grow their channels, and I just think that there's plenty of room for everybody, and the fact that people are willing to work together and share information and help other channels out just kind of blows me away, and I just appreciate it. I just appreciate that. So, it's good stuff. But man, I know it's 2:30. I have friends that live in Germany, and they're not too far from you, and you're in I think the same time zone. So you're about 6 hours ahead. So yeah. So get some rest, man. But I appreciate you jumping on and saying hey, and I love the new tracks. I'm looking forward to more content from you. I know, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles called it the Turtle Van, and it was a VW, old habit. You're right. They did call it the Turtle Van. That's good. Tim, welcome. I saw you jump in the chat. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks, man. Yeah. Everybody giving a shout out to Travis. Yeah. Good morning, Travis. That's right. Yeah. So Dave, upgrading the tires. I'm kind of quick slicks have been the easiest tires for us to get. Cincy Slots sells super tires. I haven't got a set of those yet, but I plan on ordering some, especially if I get down to Cincy Slots in person and buy a few cars. I figured I'd pick up some tires from them and try those out. We've been running silicone on the track. The only thing with silicone is you got to keep the track super clean because they pick up every bit of debris off the track. And in the basement, it's a little dusty down here because of all the stone walls you can see behind me. So that comes a little bit of a problem. But man, when the track's clean and those tires are clean, and they grip great. So I agree, upgrading the tires. That's one of the things that I want a tire truer for, because I don't want to have to buy tires for every single car that I buy. If I can start truing the rubber tires that come on them, I think I can get them to perform pretty well. So Slotted is owned by Skelectric, and they offer a conversion chip. Slotted is owned by Skelectric? Really? That is news to me, Billy. I know that Slotted and Polycar are kind of the same company, but I didn't know that they were under Skelectric. That's interesting. If Dave Kennedy was on here, he could tell us. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that they do. I think it's Polycar. It might be who you're thinking about, Billy. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I that one confused me. You have one eye open. Nice. Bus class would be cool, but might want to consider magnets. They are so top heavy. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, this is still a VW bus. It's fast in the straights. I was super shocked of how quick the little car is, this car is. But man, in the turns, it liked to tip over. So definitely adding some weight would not hurt it. Yeah, I think Slotted owns Polycar. I think Slotted is the main company, and Polycar, they purchased Polycar a few years ago, maybe. I think probably because of the track. And then with the oxygen stuff, creating their digital, I think that there's probably some Polycar stuff that's coming that will be digital. Hey, Tim. Let's see. Do they have Red Bull in Austria? John, they sure do. I was trying to figure out what you guys are talking about. Tim, you are in the West Coast time zone. I was curious to know where you were at. We hadn't had that conversation yet, so very good. So this is earlier in the evening for you. Let's see here. I don't even have a slot car, and I'm on the chat. Tim Smith. That's dedication, Tim. That's dedication to the hobby. You don't own a slot car, and yet you're on the chat. Well, you need to change that. You need to either build your own layout or buy a slot car track and jump in, because it is fun. And it's fun with friends. I enjoy being down here and running some laps by myself. Not a problem. I enjoy that. I have fun. I tune cars and work on things like that. But I love it when my brother and John Mark come over, or have some other guys, like the family over. It's a good time. It is fun with friends. I actually got, on Christmas morning, I got a couple of texts from some friends of mine here in town that they had bought HO tracks for their kids. That Santa Claus brought HO tracks for their kids, and so they were asking questions. So, and I was like, hey, after you get done playing with that, you need to come over and check out my layout. That's funny, Patrick. I have a stone basement. I covered the track to keep it clean. Yeah, I really need to build a cover for it. That's my plan, Billy. Just baby steps, man. Run out of things to do. I only have so much money to spend on this hobby. Dave, you run Paul Gage tires on a career track. Should have tried another brand. Well, Paul Gage is a urethane tire that I think you still need a true. The silicone tires, for the most part, come pretty true. I have noticed that depending on sizes, they'll cup a little bit, and so you'll have to do a little bit of work with them. But silicone is so hard to true. It takes forever because they heat up. But you might try some silicone tires on your track. They'll perform well. I would race your bus with my tank. Raul, you're not that far away. We need to plan a meetup at some point. Maybe we can get Massimo. Maybe I could do a drive up to Ernie's track and meet you guys there one day. That would be cool. Grandson of man. Hey, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you jumping in. This is great. We raced buses yesterday, and I was shocked how quick they were. So, De Leon, I agree. I could not believe how quick this little car was. I was like, this is a nice little car from Skelectrics. The bus did well, but just, man, the guide is awful. It's small and it's just a weird. I don't know if every Skillectrix is like this, but it's just a weird design. Um, so I'm not super impressed with that, but I was impressed with how fast they run. So that's fun that you ran a class yesterday of buses. Slotted is owned by Galileo Engineering and also Polycar. Got it. Thanks, Gerardo. Just got some brass worm gears for your tank. Raul, I don't think I've seen your tank. That's cool. Does anyone make a Ford super van? Let's see, Tim. I think that there are some vans coming, and I don't remember who's making them. Dave Kennedy had some news about that maybe a few months ago, and the liveries are going to be like race team liveries, like support trucks and support vans. Travis, if he's got one eye open and heard this, he might know, maybe remember who that is that's making them, because I think he may have talked about it too. So, Tim, you're in Portland. Great. I just had some friends that moved back to Ohio that were living in that area. And not in Portland, but John Mark and I have a really good friend that we've only spent a week with, but his name's Dave Williams. Amazing guy, and he's in Eugene. So, yeah, so we have some friends out there. That would be sweet somehow. Both eyes are now closed. Nice. Thanks, Travis. We appreciate you, man. Rise, what's up? Welcome from Australia. Thanks for jumping on. I think it's sometime in the afternoon there, approaching 1 o'clock or approaching 2 o'clock maybe. Good night, Travis. Where at, Patrick Harper? Just buy a tarp. Yeah, I figured I could go to like Harbor Freight. My table is 24 feet by 8 feet, and I have a canvas tarp in my garage that probably would cover that without any problem. Maybe I should just use it, but I use it for raking leaves and all kinds of other stuff, so it's probably pretty dirty. If you run Paul Gage, you cannot run Quick Slicks. So you can't mix urethane tires and silicone tires on the track. Is that what you're saying, Raul? Hey, Rich, welcome. Now that you're here, the legend is here. I appreciate that. If I'm a little late to some of these, I apologize. Hey, mate, love the videos. Good job. Hey, Shane, thanks. I appreciate you jumping on. Or rather, you should not run Quick Slicks. Yeah, because the Quick Slicks, the silicone tires just pick up everything off the track. So if you run rubber and you're laying down some rubber, a couple laps with the Quick Slicks, and it will pull all the rubber off your track. Yeah. So thanks, Raul. We appreciate that. Yeah, we got some snow, man. We got our roads the last couple of days have been pretty bad. Travel has been pretty light just because since Thursday, I think the snow came in on Thursday night, Friday. We had a lot of high winds and really cold temperatures. So the things that we put on our roads here, the brine and the salt, just don't really work at -5 degrees Fahrenheit. So really cold. Grandson of man, my lady got me one for Christmas. Golf livery. What car? What is it? The NSR, the 917 golf livery, or is it a different golf livery? Danny, I think that somebody is releasing a rabbit. I think I saw news on that on Dave's channel. Yeah, that would be cool. I would definitely get a rabbit. That'd be fun. So welcome to the live stream, Danny. It was good to see you. It was good to see you on Sunday. I see your wife, you got her like the 1/8 scale RC car for Christmas. Well done. It was on my live stream yesterday. Oh, the tank was. Yeah, I have not, I did not catch your live stream. YouTube did not give me a notification. I found it right before I went live, when I was just looking to see what else was out there. I usually check to see if anybody else is going to stream at 8, and so that I don't want to bump into people if somebody else schedules a stream. I don't want to, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So must have been at the end of your stream because you didn't see it. I would drive down for a slot car weekend. Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe we'll have to plan something like that. I don't know. This community, the way it's growing and building, I think we could start doing some stuff like that. Mad P3D. I don't have a car or track for that matter. Had Strombecker and Cox when I was a kid, getting back into it. That's great. This is a great time to be jumping back into slot cars because you have lots of choices. You have choices of track. You have choices of cars. You've got digital versus analog. So many choices and decisions to make, or even building a wood track. Speaking of wood tracks, the Tom Thumb wood track from Columbus, Ohio is now down to $6,000. They posted and updated the price. So it's getting closer to being in the price range that it should be, it needs to be. If it gets down low enough, I might have to consider it and figure out where to open up a track. Not enough room in my basement for that track. That track's big. Okay, thanks, Gerardo. I knew somebody was making those the vans. So it's Avant Slots is making Ford vans. So there you go. There's your answer. It's 1 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon. Very good. So happy New Year's, Rise. Thanks for jumping on, man. I really always appreciate. You always have very nice things to say. Comments on my videos. I appreciate you. Marty, do you know if any model companies make 69 Plymouth Roadrunner, not the GTX? I feel like the only Roadrunner that's being made is the Carrera, the NASCAR. I think you can get the Roadrunner in the Carrera NASCAR, but just a regular Roadrunner, which is one of my favorite cars, by the way. That I love those cars, but like a muscle car version, Gary, I don't know that anybody's making that now. Pioneer makes some really great Mustangs and Camaros from that era, but I don't think that they're making a Roadrunner. So I think that maybe the only thing you could do would be maybe to do like a 1/25th scale scratch build by using a model kit. And I don't think Area 51 is on. George is not on tonight. I've not seen him in the chat. He's usually very active in the chat if he's on. But I think that he's a good channel to watch for scratch building along with Harry Wise. So you might have to build your own if you're wanting that 69 Plymouth Roadrunner. So, but great car. Great car. Patrick, I bet Skillectrics does the Scooby-Doo van or A-Team before too long. It just seems like their new jam. Yeah, so it'll be curious to see. I don't know anything about this, but rumor has it there's a list of what's getting released in 2023 from Carrera out there. And my guess is typically in January, Dave Kennedy does news about what's being released when some of the companies start reaching out to him to kind of slip out some details. And so I think you're right, Patrick. I think we'll see. They did the Blues Brothers. Skid Electric did Mr. Bean's car, although I've not seen that ship yet. So my guess is some of the 2022 stuff still might be early 2023. But a Scooby-Doo van, an A-Team van, those would be great, especially since, the Scooby-Doo van, you already have a bus. It would be very easy to convert this into the Scooby-Doo livery. It's just paint, right? So I think you're right. The A-Team van would be awesome. I was a big A-Team fan. That is definitely a TV show that does not hold up well if you watch it now, as from when I was a kid. Another one is Airwolf. I was a big Airwolf fan as a kid, and I watched that show, and that show is awful now. So anyway, I digress. Doesn't Carrera make those type of Roadrunners? Yeah, Billy, I think you're right. They make them, but they're the NASCAR versions. So they have the Daytona. It's the Daytona version with the big wings, which are cool. I think those are awesome looking. But Raul said, Paul Gage tires put down rubber and silicone tires pull it up. Yep. Let's see. Too cold for me. Yeah, we had some. It's pretty bitter weather. But Rise, it's summer there now, right? Or fall. No, like you would be moving into summer, right? In Australia. I pulled out the tank at the end, but I burnt through the plastic worm gears. It's a 132nd RC tank that was converted to a slot car. Oh, gotcha. That's cool. It runs rubber tracks. Patrick, he wants to see this tank. Yeah, so go check out Conquest's last video. You can see the tank. VW microbus. Oh, you got the Golf livery of the VW microbus. Thanks, I'm catching up on the chat. Sorry, I'm a little behind. I'll probably order new F1s and the new WRC rally cars. Yeah, Rich, I'm looking for. I want the Ken Block rally car, and that's probably going to be an SCX car for me. We have a road rally here in my hometown every summer for the last 4 or 5 years, and Ken Block and Travis Pastrana have been here. So I've got a chance to meet those guys the last couple of years. And so they're a lot of fun to be around, and they're super approachable. And so the rally car that I would like to get is to find one of Ken Block's rally cars. The new F1s, I'm really interested in the new NSR release, the current F1 cars. Those should be fun. Be curious to see how they handle. We have lots of videos for beginners on our channel. Yep, you sure do. And I think you guys do a great job. And you have some fun videos with layouts that are themed from video games and things like that. You've got a big empty house. Are you talking about for the wood track? I don't think you could fit that wood track in your house, John Mark. Yeah, Rice, thanks, man. Back to work. Yes, we need more rally cars. Yeah, I think rally is really starting to take off here in the U.S. It's obviously always been really popular in Europe, but it's kind of making a comeback here because of some personalities, Ken Block and Travis Pastrana, and there's some other drivers that have a really big following on YouTube and Instagram and things like that. So they've really pushed that type of racing. It's really helped. You love your all-wheel drive Subaru and Lancer from SCX. Yeah, I've not played with them with SCX. Haven't got my hands on one yet. Amanda. Sunday Slot Cars is in Sarnia, which is right at the Blue Water Bridge. So we would also be down for a meetup. Just need my passport still. Billy is good to go, though. That would be awesome, Amanda. We definitely would try to make that happen. That would be fun. So you're just into Canada. You're not too far away. I'm about 5.5 hours from Niagara Falls, something like that. So about 3.5 hours from Lake Erie. Got them in 2005 and had a SCX digital track. Gotcha. Watching the stream while running a few laps on the new track and table. So Cyberg, did you get a new track for Christmas? Very nice. Congratulations. What are you running? Are you Scalectrics? Are you Carrera? Are you analog digital? Just curious to know what people have out there. I would get an A-Team van for sure if it comes out. I mean, B.A. Barabbas. I mean, who wouldn't want a Mr. T van, right? I had the Carrera Plymouth Roadrunner police car, probably 15 years old, and they made a blue and white one. They're hard to find. Okay. Yeah, Dave, I think I've seen one on Electric Dreams website. So that's cool that you've got that. Picking up 132nd Mario and Yoshi carts from Carrera. Those look fun, man. And I think they'll be highly collectible. As long as you don't get fake ones. Right, Billy? Right, Amanda? Let's see. What is this? I have got to start posting on YouTube, and I do Instagram. Dave, find me on Instagram. I'm the T5 guy. I'm a guitar player. Not a very good one, but I own a Taylor T5. So my Instagram account and all my other social media stuff is the T5 guy, GUI. So you can look me up there. Find me on Facebook too. I'm Marty Ford in Facebook, but would love to see what you've got posted. So if not, I'll go after I get off here. I'll go look for you if you don't find me first. So I like to see what people are posting. I don't do a lot of slot car stuff on my Instagram account. It's kind of like my life, all my other stuff that I do. There are some slot car stuff, especially when I first got into it. I was posting a lot, but I try to keep all my slot car stuff on my YouTube channel, and maybe I should create a separate Instagram account for my slot car stuff. Let's see here. Carrera needs to make Princess Peach Mario Kart's next. I get asked about her all the time. Well, I mean, I think that there's an opportunity for Carrera to get more girls involved. So just a funny story. Hopefully this doesn't bore everybody, but when the family comes over to race, my sister and her two daughters love to jump on the slot car track. On Thanksgiving, we had a blast. And then my niece, Sydney, she sent me a text and said, I'm asking Santa Claus for a slot car track. And she didn't get one. I think she was hoping Uncle Marty would take care of her, and he didn't. He failed. But I was looking for one for her, so it's coming, Sid. You just don't know it. But your mom doesn't want to set up a big table in the basement, just so you know. But I think getting more girls involved in slot cars, like Sid and Emma, both were really good drivers. They picked it up pretty quick. My kids, Maddie and Caroline, two girls, absolutely love racing on the slot car track. Now, would they build a layout at home and start racing at a club? Probably not. But just to have fun with the family, they're definitely into it. So, and I think that if they released Princess Peach, there would be a lot of girls that would want that slot car. Especially if they're playing with their brothers or their dad at home. So I think it would be a smart move, especially if they already have the licensing from Nintendo. Hey, Chris, welcome, man. Tell Steve we said hey. Glad you guys are checking in. How are things? Are you guys racing tonight? At your track? Yeah, Tim Smith, beginner videos got me to the chat. Well, my videos are all about me learning about this hobby, and that's kind of what I based my channel on. And so, but I feel like me and the community of my channel that's growing are getting better at what we do in the hobby. So I have a feeling that more advanced videos are coming from me down the road. I don't want to lose touch with the beginner, but I don't know that I'm a beginner anymore. So I'm growing. I'm hoping my channel continues to grow, but I really appreciate the fact that there were lots of people helping me early on, and I want to continue to help other people get into the hobby. So, and I'm not the only one doing that. There are lots of other people. Billy and Amanda do that. Dave, Travis, Massimo, Garth. There's lots of them out there that really try to help beginners. And they kind of do a mixture of everything. Agree on the Princess Peach. Gerardo, you have a Ken Block car. Yeah, that's cool. Is it the Monster Energy drink car? That's the one I've seen out there. So that's cool. I won a mint combo fly box with a Golf 917 and a Ford GT, never off, out of the box eBay auction. Sweet, Chris. Yeah, the Golf 917, and that's just such a great livery on that car. It's like made for that 917 car. They just look great. Plus, get young girls in the hobby, right? I mean, that's the only way it's going to grow. I mean, I think Amanda might be the only female following me on YouTube, and I appreciate that. But I'm hoping that more women, more girls get into it. Just fly, bro. Travis can swim. Can you boost your audio? Oh, yeah, I can boost my audio a little bit, Chris. Am I a little quiet tonight? Maybe it's just me stepping back from the mic. I'll try to do better. You're a race car driver. You're deaf. I get it. Hey, Sean Casey, welcome, man. I'm just now seeing your post. So Merry Christmas. Check out track 705 Dave. Oh, check me out. Thanks, Dave. I will go find you. Don't lie, Dan. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate it. Just a Carrera Digital 132 Spirit of Speed set. Table is 12 foot by 5.5 feet. Cyberg, that is a great start, but I guarantee that it won't be long. You'll be wanting to make that table a little bigger and add track. What I would do, I would be careful of like creating lots of levels of track because it becomes hard to marshal. I know it can add length to your track, but yeah, that's a great size, and that's a great set. I like that set. I do wood-fired pizza and woodworking and slot cars on my Instagram. Dave, wood-fired pizza. One of my favorite pizzas is a place called Max's Wood-Fired, or no, it's coal-fired actually. Max's coal-fired pizza in Atlanta, Georgia. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm into wood-fired pizza. So you have a pizza oven, and that's cool. I do some woodworking too. That's what my channel started out as, Dave, is a small woodworking channel, and it didn't do well. I only posted a handful of videos. Woodworking videos are so hard to create. They're just so time-consuming. I would have 10, 12 hours and just collecting B-roll on a project. So. My daughter drives my camera car when I record analog cars, and she has her own racing slot cars, and that's awesome. Tim Smith, girls love racing. There's lots of girls. I mean, you go to a NASCAR race or an F1 Formula One race or in drag racing. I mean, there are lots of women there. It hasn't translated well into the hobby of slot cars. So maybe I'm not saying that Princess Peach would save the slot car hobby for women, but I think that's a great entry point. But I know lots of women who are car guys, so it's I don't think it would be that hard to get them into the hobby. Just got my first set Carrera Performance Peak. Will Senior, that is fantastic. Welcome to the hobby. Welcome to the addiction. Just know that like you can keep it manageable. I mean, I look at my layout and I think about how much money I've spent, and in the end, I really haven't spent that much money. And John Mark and my brother Dusty have jumped in and helped with expanding this track, and so I'm forever grateful for them. You can be sensible and it not be too crazy. But there's something about getting a new slot car and throwing it on the track and having fun. My girls have tried calling which Mario car they wanted for themselves. We had to shoot them down real quick. Chris Holmes, Carrera analog track with 2 decent cars on Amazon, $165 free shipping. Yeah, the entry 1/32 scale entry point analog can be pretty inexpensive. I mean, you can watch, if you pay attention, Facebook Marketplace. I mean, you can jump in, $50, $60. Somebody who just bought it for their kids and their kids really didn't get into it. I mean, I think sometimes it takes somebody that knows a little bit about slot cars in situations like that, to help foster a kid wanting to continue to grow in the hobby. Watch our videos. You're an expert. Yep. Great to hear from all the new slot car track owners. Yeah, same here, Patrick. I agree. I love the fact that I've got guys jumping into this chat that are new in the hobby. That's great. Yeah, please. And here's the other thing that I throw out. We are all available. Everybody you see in this chat, if you're new to the hobby, Billy and Amanda, wealth of knowledge, Travis, I don't want to speak for these people, Raul, George from Area 51, Dave from, they're so approachable. If you have questions, please reach out to us. It's easy. You can hit me up on Facebook. You can hit me on Instagram. You can hit me here, YouTube. Just make a comment, ask your question. If I don't know the answer, we'll find the answer. I've done that multiple times for people, and I love helping. I want you to enjoy this hobby because in the end, that makes everything better. So I agree, Patrick. It's great to hear that all these new people with tracks. Hi, Marty. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch up, guys. I'm a little behind on the chat. Hi, Marty. In your opinion, which Carrera Digital 130 set with wireless controllers is the best bang for your buck? Curtis, I haven't looked at the sets since I bought mine. I got the GT Battle set, and it did not come with wireless. So I'm gonna give you some advice that I've heard Billy talk about, and I've heard George talk about. Pick the track that has the cars that you love, because that's the easiest, quickest way to get two cars that you like. So don't worry about how much track it comes with the set. There's only a couple sets that come with wireless controllers, and if you want wireless controllers, grab those sets. Like I've talked about it before, I'm not a huge fan of DTM. It's starting to grow on me. After I said that the last live stream, I did a little bit of research and started trying to find cars that I would like, and really have to start with liveries. But find two cars in a set that you like. Carrera makes a great 3-car set, and it comes with wireless controllers. That is a great way to expand. It's a little expensive, but in the end, you get a little more track, you get an extra car, and Billy will tell you that's a cheaper way to expand your set. So pick the track that's got the cars that you like, and then start from there. Most of the Carrera sets are GT cars right now, just because GT cars are super popular. And it seems to be what all Carrera is building. Now, you can still get an analog set that has the Daytona cars or things like that, but I hope that, Curtis, answers your question. I know it's kind of a little vague, but really start with the cars that you like. That is awesome that you have a 30% female viewer rate. It's great. I have less than 1%. Like I said, it's Amanda. What you want? It must be. Let's see here. I'll message you private later. Gerardo, thanks, man. Yeah, send me a message. The T5guy@gmail.com is an email address. That's good if that's easier. Heck, I don't even mind posting my phone number on here. I'm open to whatever. So we should meet in Niagara Falls. Yeah, that would be a great meetup place. Are there any slot car tracks in Niagara Falls? That would be a good question. Rich, you were in Vegas now, but several bands in the Bay Area: guitar, bass, drums, and vocals, gear and storage, orange tops and bottom amps. Yeah. Rich, we can talk. I can just start another YouTube channel about band gear. I love to talk shop. I just got two new guitars, acoustic guitars. Taylor has this buy one, gift one. And so I gifted myself the GS Mini. Great stuff. So a guy in my band plays an orange rock reverb. Great amp. Will Senior. I was in the planes and jets, but then the hobby is very unforgiving, so I wanted to try this. Yeah, I'll just be honest with you. I was in RC cars for a while, and always wanted an RC plane. But yeah, like with planes, I feel like one mistake and you've destroyed hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars in a plane. And I feel like RC cars are that way too. I mean, you wreck it a couple times and you break some tie rods or A arms, and now you're buying a bunch of parts. And I feel like you buy a slot car, you get it tuned. You could have it for a number of years and not ever put another dime in it, just some lube and maybe new tires every once in a while if you put that many laps on it. So I think that it's a very affordable hobby that gives you a similar feel and enjoyment. I need to be able to see my car at all times. I hate blind spots. Yeah, Chris, I agree. So you must be talking about when I was saying be careful about layering your track. I've got a couple of overpasses on my layout. I've got a couple of places that there are some blind spots if you stand in the right place. But for the most part, like 4 of my 6 driver stations have very few blind spots. I think it's important when you're building your layout to not have too many. But if you want equal lane lengths, which is important in analog racing, it's not as important in digital racing, then you have to have some type of overpass, where the track goes over top of itself. Marcus King Band. Oh, very good. Okay, we got some gear talk. So Marty, where are you at with tuning and truing tires in your slot car passion development? I'm finding that suspensions are making a real difference. Sean, that's I'm trying to get a hold of a tire truer. Slot Car Corner announced that they were releasing a tire truer, and so once that gets in stock, it's going to be one of my first purchases once they have them available, and I think that will be a game changer for us here. And it's going to be a tire truer that's open to anybody that comes to my track, because I know that I want to keep racing as equal as possible, and so that's what my plan is. So I don't have one yet, which is probably why we're racing silicone tires, because they come pretty true out of the package and on Carrera cars and even the other cars that we race. So, but that's all in the development. I will get there soon, Sean. Grandson of Man, you are in Vegas as well. John Mark and I were just out in Vegas back in November for SEMA. And we were trying to get to Slot Car City, but it was going to be like an $80 Uber ride because Uber was killing people with prices just to get around Vegas. Gale Force Raceway, hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the live stream. Fewer women in slot cars, fewer women doing model trains. I think we know the answer. Yeah, I think it's tough. Again, I think I'll just say this, and I don't want it to sound. I think women are just way more practical than most guys, and most guys are kids at heart. I just, all my friends, when we get together, we act like we're a bunch of junior high kids, right? So I think it's just easier for guys to enjoy a hobby like this because it's very nostalgic. It brings back a lot of childhood memories. If you got a slot car track for Christmas, which is probably the most popular time to get a slot car track is at Christmas time. Most people got an HR track when they were kids. Most guys, boys did, and what was funny is my sister loved to race on my slot car track when I was a kid. So Chris Holm, it's cheaper to buy that whole track rather than 4 pieces of straight and borders. That's right. Yeah, I think that sometimes buying a set, or almost always buying a set, is the cheaper way to go. You get more bang for your buck. There's some discounts that come with a starter set. Yeah, Gale Force. Yeah, Tim, shout out to Gale Force. Gale Force, George, Area 51 is great. You 132nd guys are swaying me. So, Gale Force, do you do custom build stuff? Do you do scratch build, 1/24 scale racing? I really think there's so many choices in 1/32 scale. It would be difficult to not do both. So yeah, Let's see, depends on if you need another thing from the set, Chris. So yeah, I think that, expansion kits are, it's a good way to add track. The only problem with sets, and I'll say this, gosh, I'm looking, it's 9:19, so I'm already about 20 minutes over. The one thing about sets is you usually get a lot of R1 turns. So if you want to create a multiple radius turns, you're going to have to buy, R2, R3, R4s to create different shaped turns. So most sets are made to give you a figure 8 or some form of that, and they usually use R1 turns. So if you keep buying sets, then you're just going to have a bunch of R1 turns. And I'll be honest with you, I don't enjoy R1 turns. I enjoy multiple radius turns where you've got an R1 into an R3 into an R4, a couple R4s, and sweepers and things like that. I just think that's how my layout is, and I love it. So DTM is just GT3 now. Yeah, like I said, it's growing on me. I did a little bit of research this past week when I was in Colorado, and had some downtime, and so I was trying to make myself like DTM. The newest Carrera DTM set has 2 GT cars in it. I noticed that. You said that last 2 weeks ago, Billy, and so I went out and looked, and you were right. It's the DTM set, but it's got 2 GT cars. Curtis, anytime, man. Any other questions you have, feel free to ask. Happy to help. And then what I'll do is I'll go out and look at the sets, so I'm familiar with what's being released right now from Carrera. I had the GT Battle set, and I really liked it. I thought it was a great starter, great way to kick it off. Scalextrics just released a retro reel from their museum walkthrough. I remember a lot of the items. I feel old. A multi-time SASS shooting champion. Is my fishing and hunting partner and butcher our venison. She beats the boys at the track too. Chris, that's awesome. Here's the thing. If my wife would come down, and I guarantee that she would be really quick, really fast. She picks up things really quick, so I think she would do great. Gale Force Niagara Hobby, great 132nd, was there in July. There we go. Sounds like we're starting to put a meetup spot together. Sean Casey is in Niagara Falls. Very good. I was also in a band. I have a collection of guitars and basses. De Leon, nice. I have my own. I've got a little bit of a collection of guitars. I'm looking for a new bass. Not a new bass, maybe, but I would like a small scale bass. I would like a Fender Mustang bass. I always thought those were cool. I'm a guitar player. I'm not a bass player, so the smaller scale would probably help me out a little bit. Let's see. I got a good deal on the Spirit of Speed set for under $300. I got the Bluetooth adapter. Next will be pit lane and wireless controllers. Cyborg, nice. That's actually a great deal on that set. That's a really good set, especially for under $300. The Bluetooth adapter is pretty cheap. You can find it online pretty inexpensively. It's definitely worth it, so that you can use the Carrera app or the Smart Race app, and I would probably recommend the Smart Race app. It's much better. So have fun, and the pit lane is worth it. I mean, just the fuel simulation alone, if that's the only thing you ever use, in the lap counting and timing, it's fantastic. But the pit lane is definitely adds to the experience of digital racing. I couldn't imagine having a digital track and not having the pit lane. I'll say it's worth every penny that you pay for it. Had RC cars before slot cars. You had to do just much maintenance and had fun time with it. Super annoying, yeah. Just checked my channel, 10.1% female. Granted, it's probably my girlfriend, 2 female friends that race with us. That's great. Yeah, Danny and I go to the same church. He's here in the same town as me. We've been friends for a long time, and he is big into RC cars and hasn't made it over my track yet. I'm hopefully in January I've been saying this for a while, but hopefully in January I have a race night for some guys from the church. So Danny, coming soon to the Two Line Speedway. Many bands in too little time. Yeah, Rich, I'm a big music guy. COVID was really difficult on my my concert my concert going. So hopefully we'll get back into that soon. And plans for this stream, but he gets too far behind in the chat to do them. I know it. You're right. I do, Billy. Thanks. I'm so far behind because I want to read everybody's. I did create a few. So sorry if I'm skipping any of your comments, guys. Sunday Slug are probably true. I guess that's why I'm here. I'm a former gamer. Avoid being beaten by girls. Take it easy on Marty. Nice talking to you. You're doing a great job. Keep up good work. Great. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks, Conquest, for showing up. Good night. And I got mad at Sony for taking away backwards compatibility and Nintendo for charging for online when their server sucked. Yeah. Guys, this has been great. I've really enjoyed the slot card talk tonight. We are at an hour and a half, almost an hour and 30 minutes. It's been great. I really enjoy this. I really appreciate the community that's being built around this live stream. And we have others that are doing live streams. Area 51, Roll at Conquest. Check those live streams out. Billy and Amanda, they're fun, and we'll continue. So put a post out there when you're going to do a live stream. Anybody, I'd love to join in. And I have the ability to bring in a guest. I probably should have. I was talking to Billy and Amanda. I thought I wanted to give them a heads up that I wanted to invite them on, but maybe you can do that next week. So, Bill, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm too old for crazy games. I agree. I am too. Yep. John Mark, good night. So, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you. We'll see you next Tuesday. So, take it easy. Have fun racing.